In the year 1830, a book was published in North America entitled the Book of Mormon. The book's main promoter was a young man named Joseph Smith. Smith claimed the book to be written by many ancient prophets on golden plates, and that he had translated them by the gift and power of God. But what is the Book of Mormon about? European colonists and early pioneers had looked upon Native Americans as a great mystery. Who were they? Where had they come from? And how did they get to the New World? The Book of Mormon's story answered common questions about Native Americans by giving an account of the former inhabitants of this continent.
Where did the American Indian come from? Well, because DNA fingerprinting came about, that can be addressed. I've worked with DNA a long time. I understand the science. I deal with it every day.
Any Mormon that takes an honest look at the genetic evidence is going to struggle with it.
I was convinced, totally and utterly convinced that the Book of Mormon was true.
The introduction page in the Book of Mormon concludes that, after thousands of years, all were destroyed except the Lamanites, and they are the principal ancestors of the American Indians.
The basis of the belief that Lamanites were the ancestors or the principal ancestors of Native Americans is doctrine. It's church doctrine. It's taught in the Scriptures.
Recently, new inroads in the research on human DNA has allowed scientists to determine the relatedness of different populations around the world.
The overwhelming evidence negates the Book of Mormon claim that the American Indian represents a genealogical descendant from Israel. The genetic evidence shows that the American Indian came from Asia.
Most of my research has taken place in the Maya area. I personally have never seen any evidence of Hebrew origins for Native Americans.
What will be your position when DNA analysis will show that in the history never had been an immigration from Israel to the North America? It could be that the scientists will find it out.
It hasn't happened. That hasn't been determined yet. All I can say is that's speculative. No one really knows that, the answer to that, not at this point.
If the Book of Mormon is not a literal history, then it should follow that what happens in it isn't history.
The story in the Book of Mormon is told for the specific purpose of presenting another testament of Jesus Christ. The archaeological, linguistic, and now this new DNA evidence confirm that the Book of Mormon, and therefore this other testament of Jesus Christ, are not historically true. This means that the mission of the LDS Church is a fictitious account of Jesus Christ.